I've been wanting to build one of these Lancia Deltas for a long time. Now recently USCP came out with a couple of accessories and detail parts for this kit, so I figured together with USCP, now is the best time to start building one. Let's go through the box quickly and then into a bit more detail later on. So as you can see by going through the box there a little bit earlier, it's not really that detailed of a kit. Doesn't come with a ton of parts. However, the parts that are there are well thought out and have some nice details in them. With the USCP editions, I will be changing a couple of these parts, but mainly the kit will be in the stock form. So it has a nice steering wheel, a nicely detailed interior. For the door cards, there are some additional parts to detail them up a bit, and it even comes with a pair of nice seats and a nicely detailed dashboard. This kit does not come with an engine or an engine bay, though on the chassis there are some molded in parts for the engine, which are detailed pretty nicely, so with a bit of paint from the chassis side it can look pretty realistic. There are two more sprues for the chassis, which makes it a lot easier to detail and paint all these separate parts and pieces, as they are not molded into one and you can just easily paint them in different colors than the chassis themselves. The kit of course also comes with some wheels and tires. The wheels are not really chrome plated, more of a silver, really glossy metal-ish color, which is actually pretty nice if you're going to decide to use these. The tires are also cast and they are of course rubber, have some nice detailed profile on them, and the sidewall isn't really too thick, so overall if you're going to go with the stock combo, it's not a bad decision. Clear parts also come in one sprue, a big one for the main windows all around, and then of course a lot of detailed parts and pieces for some of the indicators and some of the main headlight lenses and taillight lenses as well. They have some nice detail molded in, and from the outside they are nice and smooth. The body itself is molded in one piece in a bright red color, which is not favorable, but if you're going to paint it in a dark color or red, it's not really that big of a problem. And in this case, I am going to be painting it in a pretty dark color, so I'm not really going to be bothered with it. All the details around the body are nicely done. However, some of the panel lines and moldings are a bit shallow, as you can see around the fuel filler. It's not really that deep all around, so with a Panelline scriber they will need to be deepened out and enhanced a bit more. In order to add a bit of detail around the body and the interior, there is a nice decal sheet as well, with some terrible looking cloth for on the seats. Now of course I'm not going to be using this, as I really don't like the way that it looks, and I'm just going to be painting it myself. There are some details for some of the logos and emblems which are really finely done on this decal sheet, and of course a couple of license plates and instrument clusters as well.